let's talk updates today. Now, to begin, we had an amazing vault sale, and thanks to it, we now can expand the team even further. So we are interviewing currently different artists, such as concept artists and sculptors. It's been a lot, and is a lot of testing and feedbacking and back and forth to making sure that things are aligned, and that led us to have a little delay on the release dates. As you know, as per usual, we do on the 1st and 15th, but we missed the right balance. That's what I can say. And we still gonna deliver 2 scopes per month, as always. It's just that they might not come into the regular days. Like, for example, we do have one coming out in a few days, maybe on the same day of this video, and then another one that is going to be Foxy on just a few days after that. And you can see her in the screen. She's a character that was mentioned on Akaduko's lore and briefly, but because we know what happened, we feel like we want to explore her and give you a look into her amazing character. Also, we have the Sundred, you can see in the screen, and it's a piece that has been worked on by Fabio as well. And this one is taking a little longer because there is a lot of faces on it, as you can see, a lot of details I need to go into there. We have been very picky on how they're going to be as realistic as possible and detailed as possible. And in the same time, we're adding a lot of symbology in there, and we had some crazy ideas. And this is the big final boss from the Himiko's arc, and after it's going to be the bridge between, the end of the arc and how her children ends up on the Old World and the Blood Oak board game chapter 1. And it's a piece that's going to be definitely ready by next month, because Fabio is finalizing the Foxy as I record this video, and probably 5 days all we need after that to release it, and then he's gonna go straight into finalizing that one, and after that he's gonna go into Himiko's Mind. And Himiko's Mind is our new artistic sculpt. We have the concept ready, and I hope you guys are gonna enjoy as much as you enjoy Changing Mind, Euphoric Mind. We created that sculpt with its own reflections and symbology, but also as a sculpt that's going to complement Changing Mind. So if you place Changing Mind in your home, you're going to be able to place Himiko's Mind next to it and look amazing. And she's going to be a loyalty reward as well, and pretty much, yes, it's probably going to be a 1 year and 2 months loyalty reward, because she is going to be one of those amazing artistic pieces as well. But we shall see on that, but pretty confident that's what's been defined for her. We have the Dark Elves also. They are supposed to be introduced this month, but what happened is they require so much of a foundation, because the fungi concept is so challenging for artists to bring to life, and it's hard to be original in that sense, because if you see Val Direct is the concept in there, it took literally like almost it's hard because he was created in 2020, but we had different months where we worked on back and forth on his armor and things to bring to life. So it's not 5 years of work, I would say probably more like a 1.5 years of constant work on him. Is because, well, what I can say is this: there is a fungi, and that the Dark Elves, they pass on the body, and it grows and becomes this kind of exoskeleton on them. And this exoskeleton helps them to prolong their life, and a few other things in there, but also can be removed. And when removed, it creates this scarring around the body, because it becomes really, really attached to it. And then there is also things that we reflect on what happens when many people remove those armors. How does it look like? Does it affect only the physicals, or also affect the mantle. And the first character that we are going to introduce to you is the Dark Elf Tank. He's a playable character in Blood Oak, and he's someone that had its fungi removed many times, and to the point where he lost 2 arms. And how does he look like a commander, with someone that went through that, and what happened with his arms, how they look like now, and those things. So I leave for imagination, but that's a badass guy, and is gonna be the first piece to be introduced in the Patreon, in the playable Dark Elves characters. He's gonna be a 112 sculpt, but also, you can minimize him to play him in Dungeons & Dragons if you wish. And so circling back, it's just we need to work more on concepts to making sure the fungi, how it looks like, and the different ways it can look in people, and the different ways that can be manipulating the body and other things. And that it takes time, unfortunately, more than we expected, because in our mind it's easy, but to put this out there and to explain with the what you can find on the internet is really hard. And that's why we go back to hiring the people. We have like 5 people being interviewed at the moment, and going through some tests, and one of them is a concept artist from New Zealand. We're very excited, and hopefully he becomes part of the team and help us to bring that vision to life. And hopefully you guys gonna like what we imagine for the Dark Elves, all the culture, and everything, how there is also, I don't want to say so much, but I can't. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack from the Dark Elf world, and that should give a lot more insight to you on how deep we go into those things, the lore and other things. And then the final thing for today is Voltalion. So Voltalion, we actually going back to the concept artist who created, and we're doing now a new contract to him just to work on a few parts of its diorama to help to save dance time, and that should give us the final things we need in order to complete. Because again, the Voltalion, it looks amazing, it's pretty much ready, but we want to deliver you guys, because it's a 1-year loyalty. We want to give you the best experience possible with it, and also because we want its anatomy, everything there to work flawless, perfectly. And that vision we have, I know it can be annoying sometimes, like, oh, you're too perfectionist. Yes, but it's also one of the reasons that I believe you guys have been liking our work so far. We're really passionate about those, tiny details, those things in there, and we feel like if we don't do them, the piece experience, like the experience you might have with the piece, it might be shorter instead of longer. And by that I mean, like, I am someone that I like when I have something, and maybe 1 or 2 years pass after having that thing, and I look at it and I find something new about it I never noticed before, and I was like, oh, that's wow, what that means, and it gives. And that's what we like to do with those pieces, is add those tiny things that makes them this long-term experience, where you look at them and maybe you missed something that 1, 2 years or 5 years from now you see, you're like, oh, that connects to the other thing, this little thing. And yes, its perfectionism is a little annoying, but we feel it adds up to the experience. And with our team expanding, you need to worry less about it, because you're gonna have more scopes being released, and if anything happens, we're always gonna have a backup for to give you instead. So, and that's gonna be also high quality. And that's also leads to a quick thing is minis, and we're introducing minis this year. With the expansion of the team, we wanted to help to show more of the lore, and the best way to do that is with minis. Our focus is always going to be 112 scoped, but minis, they're going to be on the second plan, and you might see 1 or 2 being released as an extra item on the vault, by that time as a 3rd or 4th item in the next month. in the following months, before we get consistent. And the reason I'm saying this is because we're gonna build 2 to 3 months to be ahead of the game, making sure we have everything ready 2 or 3 months prior its release. And it's something that it takes a lot of organizing, and with new people, you know, we need to understand the workflow, we need to align a lot of things, and being realistic here, guys, is gonna take a while. So yes, you can expect 1 or 2 minutes off, you know, here and there before they become consistent this year. And for delays, 1 to 2 more months, and by that I mean still getting 2 scopes per month, but they might not be following the 1st and 15th of every month as per usual. So like now they might be releasing everything together on the 15th, if that makes sense. And if you have any question, anything you need, feel free to comment on this post. We always gonna read, we're gonna share with the team in our team meetings, and making sure that we take consideration, and you know, we can always use to improve or you know what we do here as well. And that's it for today. I did go over 12 minutes, I'm so sorry, but I hope that was valuable for you, valuable information. And until next time, stay creative and have a great one. See ya.